Hey guys, James Wilson-Taylor here for Roxanne. We are backstage at Download Festival 2024. The Struts are on the lineup. Luke joins me now. How are you, man?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Let's start with the obvious, shall we? It's a big weekend. The sun is shining for now, at least, which is always good. And it's Download, which is always a good time. You're on the main stage. This has got to be a pretty exciting start to the weekend, right?
Yeah, it's lovely. We got in last night via, gosh, where were we? Prague.
Oh, okay.
We were doing a festival just outside of it. And yeah, after a beautiful, beautiful day of traveling and various connecting flights, we luckily made it here very late last night. But yeah, it's nice to be back. This is the third time we've done it, so it's fabulous. Yeah,
it's always got a good vibe. I feel like this today's lineup in particular is very curated to your style as well. It's going to work very, very nicely. But
it's great.
It's always just a great crowd. It's got to be nice. Like, there's something about this festival in particular. I always find it just stands out above the rest a little bit sometimes. It's a nice one, man. It's going to be really, really fun. Well, also what's got to be nice is, it's obviously been a little bit of a minute since the last album now, since it kind of came out. You're at that point where those new songs are a bit more accustomed into the set list. You're kind of finding out the audience reactions and everything. Yeah. What's kind of surprised you now? You've got maybe some of the less obvious singles or stuff like that from that new album in the set. What's been going off in particular?
Well, yeah, you hit the nail on the head. Sometimes you can't tell what's going to translate and what the audience are really going to sort of grab onto. There are some songs that when you're in the studio recording them, you sort of say, yeah, this is really going to pop off live, and then sometimes it just really doesn't.
Yeah.
And then you'll play something else, and then everyone just absolutely loves it. So you're right, we are at a really nice place where we know what kind of really works, and we're on for 40 minutes today, so we're pretty much doing the set that we did when we were out with Queens in the Stone Age earlier this year. So we've got it down to a really fine art. So people are going to see a really tight and well, hopefully well rehearsed show. So yeah,
I'm sure well rehearsed is the way. And of course, in terms of kind of more new music stuff as well, obviously we've done a couple of standalone singles recently. I just always love seeing bands start to do that. It feels like in the last couple of years that we finally caught up with the world of hip hop a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to just be album tour. Like, we can actually do little standalone bits there. But just tell me a little bit about that and kind of what other stuff you've been working on. How much stuff is in the locker at the minute?
We have a little bit of time off before we go on a pretty megalithic tour from July till October, and we're going to I think we're just going to start experimenting a bit.
Nice.
I don't think we want to repeat anything that we've done. I'm mixing a solo record at the moment, which is really different from the group, and which has been really nice to do. But in terms of Struts World, we're going to just take like just a beat, and we don't really want to rush what we're doing next, because we felt really proud about the last album, and it was more of a statement to anyone that sort of wasn't sure like whether we could sort of come back with a really strong rock record, and we did. And then now we're like, okay, well, where are we going to take this next? Where do we want to go that we haven't been before? And sometimes that usually takes a minute. And to be honest, we've been really busy on the road.
Sure.
And I don't really tend to write when I'm on the road.
Right,
so
okay.
I need a bit of time off in order to recalibrate.
Gotta go live life so you have things to write about a little bit.
Yes, that's true. You heard it first,
there you go.
Man.
That's the way it works. That's the way it works. Tell me a little bit. I know you won't want to give too much away at the minute, but I'm always fascinated when someone like yourself wants to embark on a solo project. You say it's kind of a different sound there a little bit as well, but like just in terms of a basic creative way, do you find you kind of approach a song differently? Or is it the same, like, is writing a song for you? Do you go in with the same approach each time, or do you have to kind of get in a different headspace when you know this is not for the band, this one?
Yeah, it's a good question. Honestly, it was a really liberating experience because I was sitting down at the piano, which is how I write most of the time, but I'm normally fishing for lyrics when it comes to the Struts.
Right.
I don't really come to the group with like a fully fledged song and sort of scratch away at it for days at a time. I'm usually creating some sort of rough melody and mainly focusing on the great lines that I can come up with and then take to the studio. So with the solo record, it was like I thought to myself, I really want to do a piano driven record, simply all about my experiences of love, sex and heartache and breakups, and having that and combine that with a 20-piece string section.
Oh wow!
So
Amazing.
it's very cinematic.
Yeah.
And it's not really a rock record. And to be honest, I think I'm at that time in my life where I listen to, I always have done. I listen to a lot more music than just like straight ahead rock.
Yeah.
And it's nice for me to sort of dip into that part of my personality. So I'm really excited about it.
Are you already finding, like, because I often find when people go off and do, like, whether it's solo record or a side project or anything, there's always something they've learned doing that then will feed back into the band. Is there anything you've kind of discovered in that solo record, even though it's clearly going to sound very, very different, that may just push back into what you want to do next with the Struts?
I do think so. I think there's a real sincerity with the things that I've been doing solo-wise that time will tell whether sort of connects with people on a different level. And the Struts are sort of known for being a good times, big anthemic kind of band. So yeah, I mean, I can definitely see me injecting a little bit more sincerity and dare say even kind of love into like what the band does, for sure.
Fantastic, man. That's really exciting times for you. Well, before I let you go and get ready for this gig today, a question we're going to be asking absolutely everybody this weekend. So stacked lineup as ever, absolutely massive. A few friends of yours out there, people you toured with before and stuff, as we know. If you could collaborate with any artist that here this weekend that you haven't toured with before, that you haven't played with before, anything like that, somebody new that you think, oh, actually, that'd be a really cool person.
I don't even know the lineup.
I know, that's what everyone always says, man.
I honestly don't. Who are the headliners?
Okay, we've got Queens of Stone Age, we've got Fall Out Boy, we've got Avenged Sevenfold, we've got Funeral for a Friend on the second stage tomorrow, we've got... Who else is kicking about? I mean, it's massive. It's massive as ever. So you got Blackstone Cherry, you got Polyphia, you got... I mean, I'll let you have Queens if you want. If you just want to say Queens, you can have it.
Me and Josh were talking about doing something anyway.
Oh, so very cool.
So I think that is not only... could be a good answer, but it could actually come to fruition at some point.
Wow, that'd be exciting.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah, I love that Josh, whenever he's worked with so many people with these on like all manner of things. It doesn't have to be just a Queen's record. He goes off and does all these other things. It'd be really, really cool to see that kind of develop, man. It'd be good. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great set. Really excited to hear the solo stuff and new stuff from the band as well. But yeah, all the best to you, right?
Cheers.
Good to see you, man. Luke, everybody.